Hello and welcome to Team I's demonstration of the job seeker system. My name is Oliver Smith and I'm going to provide an introduction to our project architecture and an overview of account creation and authentication. I'm then going to hand over to Leon to provide an overview of job seeker functionality, and finally to Alex for an overview of recruiter functionality. Our project consists of a client-server model. The client is a graphical user interface application built with Java Swing. The server is a REST API web service built with Java Spring. The server is deployed on a cloud virtual machine and is currently live. The server will remain active throughout the duration of testing and marking. The Spring web service is served by an Nginx reverse proxy that handles SSL encryption, allowing us to send user data over the internet securely. The Spring web service is backed by an Elasticsearch database that we use for data storage, indexation, and searching. This model is likely to give us very snappy performance and good room to scale with a larger user base. Authentication and identity for API requests is handled by a JSON Web Token service that issues tokens to individual users signed with the server's private keys. We use JSON Web Tokens to control access to information throughout the application. For example, a recruiter that's signed into the application will be issued a JSON Web Token unique to them. They can then only access resources, for example, invitations to jobs, for which they are the job creator. If they attempt to access different resources, they'll be unable to by inspection of the contents of the web token that they're using to sign their requests. We can be sure that the information contained in the token is accurate due to the server's private key having been used to sign the token when it was issued. This model allows for a largely stateless graphical user interface application where most application security logic is implemented server-side and not exposed to users. We also have a user agent filter present on the Nginx reverse proxy to prevent indiscriminate automated attacks against the web service. This is an example of an automated attack by a malicious IP address that occurred prior to the implementation of that filter. I'm now going to provide an overview of the account registration and authentication process. This is the main application screen that a user will be presented with when they first open the application. We have here the option to log in or to register a new account. First, for demonstration, I'm going to attempt to log in with an account that does not exist on the platform. If we attempt to log in now, the application is going to make a request to the server invisibly and determine whether or not that user exists, and if so, whether the password provided was correct. We receive a generic error response so that we don't indicate who does or does not have an account on the platform. So we've received an error response, we're going to create an account as this user. We're now presented with this account creation screen. This does some sanitation and processing of the information locally to make sure that we're getting the desired input. If we attempt to create a blank account, we're going to receive some feedback that we must provide an email. If we provide an email address, we're going to receive some additional feedback that we still have not completed this form satisfactorily. We're going to provide all of the fields now. And create this account. We've received some feedback that this account has now been created and that we can use it to log into the platform. If we now use the same details to log in, we're going to be granted access to the platform. We're going to be presented with the option to access the platform as a recruiter or as a job seeker. Accounts on the platform can access both sets of resources. That is to say, a user can behave as both a recruiter and a job seeker on the platform. However, the application does remember the desired state of the user because it's our interpretation that dual-use users will be relatively rare. But a user can reconfigure their state to access a recruiter if they have, for example, signed in as a job seeker. So we're going to access the application as a job seeker. We're presented with this edit profile for the job seeker specific attributes. So we're going to complete this by providing our details. And submit these changes. That's going to update our user profile and will be dropped into the home page for a job seeker on the platform. If we now close the application and start the application again, if we sign in as the same user, we're going to go straight into the job seeker homepage because the application has remembered this user's choice that they're intending to use the platform as a job seeker. If we review the contents of the request that was made invisibly by the application, this is a replication of the request that was made by the application under the hood. If we send this request, we can see that this returned us a status of success, a token for us to use, and a record of the last application state for this user. If we examine the contents of this token, we can see that this token contains a roles field. This is to contain special roles that this user may have, such as an administrator on the platform, and is used to limit access to special API endpoints that this user may use if they have any of those special functions. It has a subject, which is the email address of the user that we've authenticated as. This is used for information resource control throughout the application. For example, this user will not be able to create, to access a job application that relates to a different user because there's no reason for them to access that. This is enforced through this JSON Web Token, which is provided by the application for each request to the API. The JSON Web Token also has an issued at time and an expiry time, which is 72 hours after the token is issued. This token is stored inside a Singleton API client instance and is accessible throughout the application as a Singleton instance. So it's permanently stored until the application closes, after which point it will be destroyed.
Hi, I'm Leon. I'm part of Team I. I was working with Alex and Oliver, and I'll be going over the job seeker functionality for our job management app. So here we've got the login page. So I'm going to register here as a job seeker with email, password. It's got to be 8 characters at least. So you'll be prompted that it's been created, and then you can log in with those details. And on first sign up, you'll be asked to pick a type of account. So I'm going to pick job seeker, and then here we have a page to create your profile. So on first startup, you'll always be asked to do this, and then later on you can come back here and edit your profile as you wish. So I'm just going to keep that as it is. I'm going to put my role as a developer and add some qualifications. So you can add these as tags. I'll show you how this works. You can click add and it'll come up on the bottom here. And if you wanted to remove one, you can just click the X and it'll go. And I'm going to add some skills as well. Python. Skills like keywords, so it doesn't have to be necessarily just skills. It could be like professions or jobs you've done before as well. And then you can click update and it will tell you that it's been updated if successful. And here we have the home page. So based on the keywords and the role and the qualifications I've provided, I will get these jobs returned. So these are all kind of matching to what I had given. So like data scientist, engineer, developer. And you can click one of these and you get to see the full description. So clicking the apply now button on one of these jobs will open this window here. And here you can choose a file, a resume and a cover letter. So I'm just going to pick some random files and click send. And you'll be notified with a pop-up. You won't be able to see it because my software is not showing new windows that are opening. But it says successful if it's been sent successfully, or it'll say error if there was something wrong. Also, every job, every application that you, every time you click the apply now button, you're creating like a new instance of the application pop-up. So you'll be able to send a custom cover letter and resume to every job that you apply to. So after clicking apply, you can go over to the apply jobs here, and you can see that that job has been added at the top. These two I had done before, so that's why they're there. And clicking them is not going to open anything because we haven't received any invitations for that current job. So if a recruiter sends an invite, it will come up here in the applied job section as a yellow card. And clicking it, you will be able to see on the right all the details that they've given. So this text here should be the instructions, and you got the location, the deadline, and the email of the recruiter as well, so you can contact them. And the invites, how they work for our app is that you will have to email them external to the app itself. That was one of the challenges we had, because getting the invites sent through, we had to transfer a lot of data in between, like different details in specific places. So we decided to just convert it into an external emailing, external contact, which makes it much easier. Some other problems that we had were, so we've got this navigation kind of thing with the nav bar, so that means these cards are they're actually panels, each of these pages. So I've designed it so that clicking one of these buttons will hide the other panels, and then it will show this one only. So it's kind of it's like a tab switching, I guess you could say. And we've also got this one refreshing every time it's clicked, because you can apply for a job while you're searching or while you're at home, and then if in Java Swing they don't refresh automatically when they're loaded, when they become visible, so you have to refresh it yourself. That's part of the code as well. And here at the top we can navigate to the search jobs tab, and here we can search for a job. I'm going to search for a Java developer, and here we've got the list of jobs that come up that match this query or are similar to the query on the system right now. Here we can change the type. I don't think there's any part-time jobs. Oh, there is one. So yeah, you can switch around. There's no casual jobs. You can also adjust the pay, so I'm going to make it from 100k only. So see, these two are 90, so they should disappear. Yep. See, only the lower, it should be at least 100k. Only those ones will be returned, and I'm going to make the upper 150. I should remove some of them as well. There you go. So those two work. You can also type in a location, so Brisbane, and you just get the one result returned. And that is all. Thank you.
Good evening, my name's Alex. I'm a student at Monash University. I am part of Team I for the ITO 51336 software engineering group, project, where we created a job seeking system called LinkedOut. I wrote the recruiter classes and the recruiter functionality, which includes posting jobs, sending invitations, editing jobs, managing jobs, and I'll demonstrate some of those features right now. First, I'll log into my account with my account details, and I already have a job posted, a software engineer or a Java developer posted by me. The recruiter's ID is their email address. I'll demonstrate creating a new job. So when I click the Create Job button, there's a pop-up window where I'm going to enter fields such as job title, location, description, working time, full-time, part-time, casual, whether it's public or private, the lowest compensation, upper compensation, and a field to add skills. I'll just demonstrate that quickly. I'll make our cybersecurity engineer based in Brisbane. Looking for experienced cyber security professional. Make it published. Lowest salary is, I don't know, 100,000, 110,000. Highest is 120,000. I'm looking for penetration testing, Java programming, maybe Python, Elasticsearch. I'll hit the create job button, so now the job is added to this panel. I'll make another job, let's see, System Administrator, based in Perth. Job description would be administrating various IT systems, Windows, Active Directory, Linux, Kubernetes. Great job. Disappeared again. I can select a job and delete it. I can edit the job, change software developer engineer to software developer. The name changed. I can also click the candidates button and view a list of suitable candidates. The suitable candidate is identified by their ID. I can see their bio, their skills, their qualifications, the matching score. Matching score is in descending order. The matching is done by our search engine / server, Elasticsearch. I can send them an invitation. The location would be Google. The instructions are to meet at Starbucks at 10 a.m. Deadline for response is, say, 30th August. Confirm invite. And my invitation has been sent to Isabella Hughes. Those are the features of our recruiter management and job management features of our job seeking system.